For centuries, the name Gilgamesh was spoken only in myths, a half-god king whose epic adventures were more legend than history. But when archaeologists in Iraq made a discovery beneath the sands of an ancient city, that line between story and reality began to blur. What they found deep underground wasn't just a tomb. It was something so unsettling, so potentially world-changing, that even the bravest scientists now hesitate to open it. And if what's inside is real, it could rewrite everything we thought we knew about humanity's past. Beneath the scorching sun of southern Iraq, in the ruins of ancient Uruk, lies a mystery older than most civilizations. Uruk was once the beating heart of Sumer, one of the world's first great cities, and home to the legendary king who inspired the Epic of Gilgamesh, the oldest surviving work of literature. For thousands of years, scholars dismissed his story as fiction, a ruler who sought immortality, fought gods, and spoke with the dead. But ancient Sumerian texts always hinted that Gilgamesh was more than a myth, and that his final resting place was hidden somewhere beneath the shifting sands near the Euphrates River. That clue was long ignored until 2003. A German-led archaeological team conducting ground-penetrating radar scans near the ruins of Uruk detected something impossible, a buried structure the size of a football field. The scans revealed corridors, chambers, and a massive central room. Even more intriguing, the complex appeared to be surrounded by water channels, exactly as the Epic of Gilgamesh described his tomb, sealed beneath the river, protected by the gods. The discovery sent shockwaves through the academic world. Was this truly the lost Tomb of Gilgamesh? Or had archaeologists simply stumbled upon another forgotten palace? No one could say for sure, but the location, the architecture, and the ancient texts all aligned too perfectly to ignore. And that was just the first mystery. The deeper the team looked, the stranger the evidence became. According to the radar data, parts of the structure didn't match any known Sumerian design. Some walls curved inward as if forming a deliberate pattern, while others seemed to trace star-like alignments. These weren't random ruins, they were built with purpose. It's as if the builders were trying to mirror the heavens underground, one archaeologist remarked. But why? And for whom? Then came the detail that changed everything. Historical records had always claimed that Gilgamesh's burial site lay directly beneath the Euphrates, yet the river has shifted countless times over millennia. Today, the suspected tomb lies beneath dry land. How did the ancients know where the water would once flow? Was it coincidence? Or did they possess knowledge of the land and cosmos far beyond what we credit them with? Despite the staggering implications, excavation never began. The Iraq War erupted just as plans to dig were forming, forcing the project to halt. The site remained untouched, a sealed time capsule beneath the desert. But whispers started to spread in the archaeological community. Some said local guides refused to go near the area. Others claimed that even attempts to conduct preliminary surveys were met with inexplicable equipment failures. It was probably coincidence, but what if it wasn't? Years passed, and the mystery only grew. Reports surfaced that a small, unofficial team had tried to breach the site in the mid-2000s, but what they encountered made them abandon the mission. Rumors told of strange energy readings, sudden illnesses, and warnings carved into the stone. Nothing was confirmed, but the mere possibility was enough to make many experts wary. And yet, the pull of discovery was too strong to ignore. To understand why this tomb matters, you have to understand who Gilgamesh was. Historical records place his reign around 2700 BC, during the dawn of urban civilization. He ruled with such power and influence that his memory lived for thousands of years. In the epic written about him, he sought the secret of eternal life, a journey that led him to the edge of the known world and beyond. If even fragments of those stories were rooted in truth, then his tomb might contain clues to ancient science, forgotten rituals, or technologies we still don't fully understand. And that is where the real fear begins. The structure beneath Uruk isn't just an archaeological site, it's a Pandora's box. What if opening it unleashes something humanity isn't ready for? What if the artifacts inside contradict everything we know about early human history? Some scholars quietly suggest that the inscriptions found near the site speak of eternal guardians and the heart that does not decay. Most dismiss these as poetic flourishes. Others aren't so sure. Could the tomb hold remains unlike any ever discovered? Could it contain evidence that humanity's story is far stranger and far older than we think? Each unanswered question makes the mystery deeper. Each new piece of evidence draws us closer to a truth that may be more disturbing than anyone expected. And yet, no one dares to take the next step. Because if this really is the Tomb of Gilgamesh, opening it might not just reveal the past, it might change our future. But the radar scans aren't the only reason scientists hesitate. There's another layer to this story, one that involves ancient warnings, whispered curses, and chilling accounts from those who may have stepped too close. And that's where things take a darker turn. At first, the mystery was purely historical. A legendary king's tomb, sealed beneath the sands. But as researchers dug deeper into the data, stories began to surface that turned fascination into fear. What had started as an archaeological opportunity slowly became something many experts didn't even want to touch. The earliest rumors came from locals. Shepherds living near the suspected tomb claimed their animals refused to graze anywhere close to the site. Birds avoided flying over it. Even nomads traveling through the desert would detour miles around the area. These were dismissed as superstition, until something happened that science couldn't explain. According to leaked reports, a small group of contractors attempted a preliminary probe sometime in the mid-2000s. They drilled a narrow tunnel toward the suspected chamber, but within days, several workers fell violently ill, high fevers, seizures, and hallucinations. One man reportedly died within 2 weeks. No medical explanation was ever confirmed. The team sealed the tunnel and abandoned the project. That was the first real warning sign. Whatever lay beneath wasn't meant to be disturbed. Then came the inscriptions. A translator hired to examine cuneiform markings photographed near the site described something extraordinary. The text didn't simply reference Gilgamesh as a king, they described him as a guardian, the vessel of divine breath, a being whose heart does not decay. And carved beneath those phrases was a chilling warning. Let no man open until the stars return to their order. Was this metaphor or prophecy? The deeper researchers looked, the stranger the story became. Multiple sources claim that one chamber beneath Uruk may have already been breached, and what was found inside terrified those who entered. According to one account, the chamber contained a massive stone sarcophagus surrounded by carvings depicting battles between humans and gods. Instruments brought inside malfunctioned, batteries drained, and compasses spun wildly. Some reported a low, constant vibration emanating from the sarcophagus itself, too faint for human ears but strong enough to register on sensitive equipment. It was enough for several members of the team to abandon their careers entirely. One archaeologist reportedly described the experience as a mistake that should never be repeated. Another wrote, "What sleeps below is not meant to wake." But the physical risks were only part of the hesitation. The deeper fear was what opening that sarcophagus might mean. If the body inside is unusually well preserved, or not human at all, it would upend everything we know about early civilization. It could prove that ancient Sumerians had knowledge of preservation techniques thousands of years ahead of their time. Or it might suggest something even more unsettling, that Gilgamesh himself was not entirely human. This is why the tomb remained sealed. Officially, the reasons are political and practical. Instability in the region, lack of funding, and safety concerns. Unofficially, many believe no one wants to risk the consequences of opening it. Because if the myths are true, this isn't just a burial site. It's a lock. And archaeologists may be holding the key. The fear isn't unique to Gilgamesh. Across the world, sacred sites, from Egyptian tombs to Mayan temples, warned against disturbing the dead. But this site feels different. It isn't just a resting place, it feels active, alive, as if something beneath the ground is waiting. And so, for more than 2 decades, the tomb has remained untouched. A sealed chamber beneath shifting sands, watched over by silence and time. It may contain nothing more than the body of a king, or it may hold a truth so powerful that humanity is not ready to face it. One thing is certain, the story of Gilgamesh isn't over. It's still buried beneath the earth, sealed in stone, waiting for the day someone dares to open the door. And when that day comes, the world may never be the same again. If this story fascinated you, make sure to subscribe for more mind-blowing ancient mysteries. Share this video with anyone who loves history and lost civilizations, and comment below. Do you think archaeologists should open Gilgamesh's tomb or leave it sealed forever?